What is up, guys? Justice here, and today I'm here with a review of some protein, specifically BPI's Whey HD. Now, this was sent over to me by BPI to review, and so that's exactly what I'm going to do, and I'm going to give you guys my honest opinion on this whey protein. So, this whey, I took it with water, I took it with milk, and I added it to some oatmeal, and I made oatmeal with it and enjoyed that as well. So first, I'm going to talk about what most people probably want to know about a protein powder this day and age is the flavor. So this is the vanilla caramel flavor, and this is my opinion. Vanilla protein powders typically aren't good. I've had many different types of protein, and vanilla has never been one that has been my favorite, and most of the time it's been terrible. This vanilla caramel flavor, because once again it's vanilla, something about vanilla whey protein never really works out for me. I wasn't crazy about it, but for a vanilla flavored protein, it was pretty good. You get the hints of the caramel, not very strong, but it's in there, and that also helps with the flavor. I found that the flavor was actually really good in oatmeal, surprisingly. In terms, milk would come second, like most times you would find is the case. Protein tastes better in milk, and then water first. It has this aftertaste that I get, this slight aftertaste, and it has a texture, this sort of strange texture. It almost has, obviously these flavorings, vanilla caramel, they're artificial, so you kind of get that artificial type of taste, if you know what I mean. So while it's not bad, it's not my favorite. It's probably not a flavor that I would order. I'm interested in seeing maybe what some of the other flavors taste like. But vanilla caramel, if you like vanilla, you're gonna like this. And if you want something that you can use more as a base to add maybe fruits to a smoothie, or like I said, an oatmeal, this will be a good one to go with. Or if you're baking or something like that as well. So we'll go next into the supplement facts on how much protein this has and stuff like that. So each scoop is 37 grams, so it's a pretty big scoop. Maybe it just looks so big because the bottle's so small, but here's the scoop. And in that 37 grams of powder, you're gonna get 25 grams of protein, which is good. That's pretty standard in what you find in a scoop of protein. 4 grams of carbs, that's also pretty standard. And it has 3 grams of fat. So that's a little higher than I'm used to. The protein that I'm currently using has 1 gram of fat, usually around there. So this has 3. So it's not that big of a deal, but if you're taking like 2 scoops, that's going to be 6 grams of fat. And usually with a higher fat count, you're going to expect a better flavor, noticeably better. I didn't really find that to be the case. So that's one thing to consider when taking this. So 25 grams of protein, 5 grams of naturally occurring BCAAs, and it says there's some glycerol monostearate. Can't say I know what that is, but it's in there. And so there's some instructions. It says take 1 scoop in 5 to 6 ounces of cold water. I found that that's a little low. It is really heavy if you do it like that. I'd say go 6 to 7 ounces of water and you'll be good. You'll enjoy that. Another thing that's BPI does that I think is pretty cool is they get their stuff verified by a third party, and it's called ChromaChecks. And so what ChromaChecks basically makes sure is that there's no heavy metals. There's this amount of protein that is on here is what you're gonna get. You don't have to worry about stuff like amino spiking. It says identity, residual solvents, and microbials. So this isn't gonna make you sick is basically what that checks for. And that's good because it's good to be able to trust where you're getting your protein from. It also goes into a little bit of how this protein is made. It says it's natural cold temperature microfiltration process to get the protein. And they have videos, if you look up BPI Sports, they have videos on how they make their protein powder, which is kind of cool. It gives you some insight and it makes you feel good about the company. So that's really all I have to say about this protein. Protein powder is protein powder. You got to find one that you like, and this might be the brand that you like. You know that you can trust them. Like I said, this flavor is not my favorite, as I don't really like vanilla proteins, but you might find this to be really enjoyable. Especially, like I said, I found it to be quite good in oats, cooked oats, having a nice quick breakfast if that's what you prefer. So That's that. In terms of like things like mixability, I found that it mixed fine. I've used the shaker bottle, and then in the oatmeal I used the spoon. There was no problem with that. Like I said, there's that slight aftertaste, and that's about it. So Whey HD, go check it out if you feel so inclined. And maybe if you guys have tried BPI Whey and you've tried some of the other flavors, you can let me know what you think about those. And I'll see you guys in the next video. A little bit about stretching. Is it something that you should be doing? Is it worth your time? Well, hopefully by now it's common knowledge that static stretching